I guess, like, his story was that, and, whether it's true or not is another thing, but I guess the story was that that was sort of like a tipping point, that when he heard Michael talk about that he saw what he believed to be, at the time, human trafficking, that Jake sort of had some prior knowledge of what those operations were, and that
Mike Herrera never stated in his testimony that he saw human trafficking.
I think
That's not what he stated.
really?
It was only after Jake Barber interjected and told Michael Herrera what you saw was human trafficking.
I
This can be looked up.
Yeah.
Michael Herrera's original testimony from June of 23 is available.
Yes.
He stated that he had no idea what the activity was. He believed it was potentially drug smuggling. That was his belief, but he saw nothing that indicated what the activity was. It was only after Jake Barber reached out to him and told him what you saw was human trafficking that Michael Herrera inserted that into his story, which again doesn't bode well for the narrative controller known as Jake Barber.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. He did actually initially say in that testimony that he suspected it to be weapons or drugs, and then the human
Right.
trafficking element did come in. You're correct. And
From Jake Barber.
yes, but that's interesting though. Like, if we're to say that Jake Barber is trying to control a narrative, to me, the idea of inserting human trafficking into this that was never mentioned before, that sounds like you're making it far worse, and you're putting more eyes on it. Like, that's a big deal. That's going to draw more attention to this story, especially now with what's come out with the Epstein files and things like that. Like, what would be the benefit of inserting human trafficking?
Um, well, I don't know that it was necessarily the benefit of the insertion of the human trafficking as much as it was the accomplishment of being able to turn a whistleblower to become acquiescent to your desires by any definition. Herrera got turned.
Mm.
Neither Herrera's out there publicly fighting the good fight anymore. Barber's not out there fighting the good fight anymore. So effectively, what they did was ruin him.
Mm.